In her, he met his own eternity. In her, in Savitri, he met the God of love, met his own eternity. God of love met his own eternity in Savitri. Such is the vastness of Savitri, that the God of love, with his eternity, could meet Savitri, live in Savitri, dwell in her. Savitri could become, for that God of love, his perfect shrine, shrine for dwelling. God of love has been wandering through the spaces of time for eons and eons to find a place to dwell. Finally, designedly, he meets his own eternity in Savitri, and he feels happy, he feels contented, he is satisfied to live fully in her, because that becomes a natural home for him to live, for his natural movement. Nothing will constrain his expression. Savitri has taken the mortal birth, the human birth. In her, everything points to a nobler kind, to the greatnesses of the spirit, to the greatnesses of the splendors of the sun. And therefore, she becomes a happy place for the God of love to live in. She is at once very close to the earth and also very intimate with heaven. There is no division in her between earth and heaven. What heaven would like to express itself in earth, it is possible because of her. What earth would aspire to have from heaven, it is possible through her. Therefore, she is near to earth. At the same time, she is intimate with heaven. Her spirit takes wings to the unborn things. The new possibilities open out here. The things which would like to take birth here, they wait for her arrival. And it is Savitri's spirit which can fly to unborn things, that those unborn things would come back with her to the earth. Her body is at once a parable of dawn. She is a dawn herself, the dawn of new creation, parable. She is one who is none but the new dawn. That is the parable. She is none but the new dawn. Savitri, she is a daughter of the sun god, Savitra. And the daughter of sun god, it is she, Usha, dawn, the parable, who is here to bring a new age upon this creation, in this world. She is also at once a niche for divinity to live here, a place where the divinity can go and stay. Her glorious ambience, it is that which filled the whole place around. her fragrance, her love, her sweetness, her laughter. All these things are there which fill the whole place. And love in her is wider than the universe. In fact, the whole world can take refuge in a single heart. Such is the wideness, such is the vastness of her love. Brat Prema, that is what she is, and the whole creation can live in that love. And she is at once a continent of self-diffusing peace, the peace that flows out constantly from her, a self-diffusing peace everywhere. She is also an ocean of untrembling virgin fire. She is full of peace. She is full of strength and fire, and she is having the strength and the silence of the gods, strength of the gods by which she can overcome all the obstacles, silence of the gods in which she can receive the powers of God into her soul for her action. No wonder in such a shrine, in such a perfect shrine, the God of love would be extremely happy to come and dwell and live. In her, he finds a perfect shrine, a perfect house, a house of worship where offerings can be made to love. He moves in her as in his natural home, in his natural way, as he would live in heaven. In her, he meets his own eternity.